And we are live. Welcome back to the James McGee Show. I am your host. I am James McGee, and we got a special Sunday night edition with our favorite podcast host, Jason Kiefer from One More I'm Out of Here. Man, it's been a little while. Welcome back, man. We got a lot to talk about.
Heck yeah, a lot of ground to cover, man. It's been a little bit.
Yeah, we got a lot of balls to bust, and that's what we decided Sunday night, beginning of the week. We got to bust some balls tonight and get the week started because we've had some dumb motherfuckers show their asses this week, on various topics. So the main one that I want to start with is Signalgate. Because, here's my thing. I'm so sick of these motherfuckers like Schumer and Schiff and Jasmine Crackhead and Elon Omar. We're going to tee off on both of them too tonight. But they do nothing. They get nothing done. All they do, all these Democrats do, is sit around waiting on the Republican I got you moments. That's all they sit around doing. They don't get anything accomplished. They don't pass any bills. That's all they do. And this is not, look, I think that it was a fuck up. I think that if I'm Trump, I'm embarrassed and somebody's going to have to answer to it. I don't think anybody gets fired. And you got to look at it like this too, Jason. It's early in the administration. I think the positions that he put people in, they're qualified for, but we have to, there is a curve as far as some of these things. Now, we'll get a little deeper into this. I think when the onions peel back, there's going to be sabotage in this. I think there's going to be some sabotage from a staffer. But give me your take on, is this treason? Is this a big deal? Should Hegseth and Waltz and all them, should they resign?
So as a huge Trump supporter, obviously if you've listened to One More I'm Outta Here, you obviously realize which direction I lean. But I'm pretty humble, and I'm not, what they would call a Trumper.
I'm with you.
But I can understand where people falter and where things get fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
This was a fuck up. Now, was it war plans that were delineated to, was it Goldstein or whatever his name was, Goldstein, Goldsmith, whatever it was, war plans or attack plans? No, he was invited into, right, wrong, or indifferent, to the Signal app, which I'm not familiar with. I don't know how.
I'm not at all. I'm not at all.
Now, I listen to the Drinking Bros, pretty, prolific each day, and Dan Holloway, one of their hosts, he uses Signal, and he was like, there are no phone numbers that you will see. It's
okay. See, I don't know that, Jason. Okay. I was wondering, how the fuck wouldn't you know?
So you create like either your real name or an alias or whatever, but it's supposedly an encrypted and secure network. Now, if somebody invites somebody into that, the way I understand it, into that app, and everything is cleared, it's no different than doing a text message between me, you, Rich, Tom.
Yeah.
Now if you're not looking at who is on, that list, and you just grab onto a group chat or whatever. Now, why this guy would, this reporter would be on that group chat, I don't know. But I think he was included in, accidentally. Somebody fucked up.
Yeah, somebody fucked up. I'm more concerned about who the fuck let him in.
And so
how and why.
And I mean, I love Trump's response. He was like, well, Mike Waltz took responsibility. The only thing I can say is Mike Waltz did it. Like,
yeah.
And Mike Waltz took responsibility publicly.
He handled it. Trump handled it on a leadership level like he should. And Waltz did too. But internally, I used to not be a conspiracy theorist, but I think you and Pappas have turned me into one. I'm gonna tell you, I don't know if somebody didn't sabotage that. You know,
I'm not completely ruling that out.
Yeah.
But at face value, where the Democrats are like, oh my God, Hegseth needs to be, he needs to resign.
That's all they got. That's all they got. They're gonna stay on that.
They went on Noam and everyone else, and they wanted everybody's heads.
Yeah.
And I loved Hegseth's response, his Twitter, and I wish I had it pulled up and I could find it real quick, but he was like, okay, so let me get this straight. You got a signal communication. You've got a quote unquote, and his quotes, war plan, attack plan. Everything went as planned, and America's safe.
Yeah.
Good work. I mean, it was just so funny. Like, as shitty as it was, like, just, okay, eat a bag of dicks. We did it. I mean, we finished the mission. Americans didn't die, and we followed out with our mission. But it still shouldn't happen that way. Like,
but it doesn't, Jason. But it doesn't mean that this is a Congress issue. This is not a Congress issue.
No,
this is a White House. This is a management issue, and they have a responsibility to the American people to get to the bottom of it internally. I don't think they have to tell us what they did. We have to trust they're going to address it. They don't. You think they want this to happen? You think they want to be embarrassed like that? But Congress, these fuckers in Congress don't get a fucking thing done, and they're going to worry about this. There's a whole lot of things they need to be worried about. This isn't one of them. That's why we elected a president who appointed cabinet leaders, and it's the cabinet leaders' jobs to get in there and figure out, hey, how the fuck did we fuck this up? And that's just, Jason, on a smaller level. You've been in those kind of situations. I've been in those kind of situations. And you get in that room as a leadership team, and you figure out how this doesn't happen again. Yeah. But to have congressional hearings, fuck them. They're a bunch of butt fucks, do nothings. Fuck them.
You figure out what happened. How do we not make it happen again? Do you have a talking to with somebody? Sure. But there was nothing detrimental that actually happened outside of bad publicity. And bad publicity, and that's the most collateral damage.
I guarantee you there was some that cabinet meeting after that probably wasn't a nice one, and it shouldn't be. But I like the way that Trump handled it. You praised in public and you condemn in private. I guarantee you in private he did some condemning, and they should have. But that's not for us to hear. That's not Congress's fucking business. They need to get back in their real room and do whatever the fuck that Congress does. I don't know what they do because they don't get a fucking thing done. So they just need to shut the fuck up and let leaders lead.
It's exactly right. And again, the mission got taken care of.
Yeah. Oh, but we're not worried. Yeah, but we didn't call for Lloyd Austin's head when he had 13 people killed in the Afghanistan withdrawal. Nobody was. Where was the congressional hearings? Where were the indictments? Where was the people held accountable for that? Now, I still think that's going to happen. I think that's why they want Hegseth gone, Jason. They want Hegseth gone because he's going to get to the bottom of what has been going on, all the money that has been wasted. And all this, with the military-industrial complex, that's what's coming down. They want him gone because they're scared of what it's just like with Elon. All of a sudden, Elon's the fucking devil. And it's because they're scared of what he is uncovering. They should be scared.
You mean you haven't been out boycotting in front of Tesla dealerships?
No, I haven't set fire to a Tesla yet. Which,
I don't what you're spending your Sunday afternoon doing.
Yeah, I don't live in Tesla country. They got a few of them around town. We're more Ford F-150s. We're F-150 country. We really don't have Teslas. But I want to, if I had the money, I'd go buy one right now. Just because.
Just to drive it around, see what happens. So our buddy Pappas drives a really nice Escalade, kind of blacked out.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can see that.
He went and bought a bunch of fucking Tesla badges for the Escalade. and put him on there, and he put bait.
That sounds like something Pappas would do.
It's fucking perfect.
Then you got, speaking of butt fucks, you got Tim Walz. I love talking about him. You got Tim Walz, and I'm gonna get into that when we talk about Jasmine Crockofshit. All Tim Walz does, and a lot of these politicians, I'm gonna tee off on that in a minute. These one-liners, he comes up with this little one-liner about watching the stock go down. Well, the motherfucker was too stupid to realize that. I'm sure you know this. That the Minnesota, which he is unfortunately the governor of, their pension plan owns 1.8 million shares of Tesla. So he was hoping a pension fund he's supposed to manage. He was hoping that the stock plummeted. What a fucking moron!
And that just shows how out of touch. How out of touch he is.
That's exactly what he doesn't know, and it's all about the little sound. Let's get into that. What I'm sick of is when we talk about Crockett. We'll get into Hot Wheels in a minute. All they worry about, all these congressmen and senators worry about, is their sound bites. Because me and you, our job is to get clicks. Our job is to get followers and say things that's going to add to our following, right? That's not the job of a congressman or a senator.
Right.
Their job is to fucking govern. And they're too worried about people like Walz, people like Crockett. Now, I'm going to say one that's outside of this state that is popular. You probably like John Kennedy, who's a senator from Louisiana. I think he's a butt fuck.
I can take him or leave him, to be honest with you. I mean, he
a lot of people love his little one-liners, but he doesn't get anything done. I can tell you this, and Bill Cassidy is not popular. Bill Cassidy has done more for this state and has done more for law enforcement, has done more for first responders as far as funding. Then Kennedy doesn't do anything but sit around looking for his next one-liner. It's personal with Kennedy and I which he doesn't know who I am. But the politician I was the chief of staff for, he fucked him really, really bad. And so I hate him for that. But I'm so sick of all they concentrate on is their hook lines and their one-liners, and they're not getting a fucking thing done. And it goes to, we'll pull up Crockett with this with our Hot Wheels.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna pull up the video. I think you're gonna have to play it, but I'm gonna pull up the video.
Yep.
Loving a Hot Wheels down there. Come on now.
In a social media firestorm, Crockett accused of mocking Abbott's use of a wheelchair during a speech at a human rights campaign event. House Speaker Mike Johnson blasting that remark as, quote, shameful and outrageous.
Is another day and another disaster by the Democrats.
The Texas governor, who was paralyzed more than 40 years ago when a tree fell on him during a run, responding on Fox News last night.
The reality is they have no vision, no policy. They have nothing to sell but hate.
President Trump also weighing in on a conservative online talk show.
She's a lowlife, and she's a very low IQ person and a lowlife.
In a lengthy post on X, Crockett now saying she wasn't thinking about the governor's disability, but rather, quote, the planes, trains, and automobiles he used to transfer migrants into communities led by black mayors. In her statement, Crockett also calling out what she believes is hypocrisy from those who support President Trump, despite his use of disparaging nicknames. And this moment,
okay, you got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. I don't remember.
When he mocked a reporter with a disability while on the campaign trail back in 2015.
He totally did.
Criticism from Crockett, not just from Republicans. Former Obama advisor Van Jones saying he's not sold on her explanation.
You have to be very careful when you're talking about people with disabilities. And I don't think she was careful. And I don't know her enough to say she's not being honest. I'm going to tell you, it sounded bad.
It's not the first time Crockett's been involved in a public dispute with a Republican official. Last May, she got into a tense personal exchange with Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene during a House committee hearing.
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No, ain't nothing.
Hold on.
Listen, if someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
What now?
The liberal firebrand now finding herself in the middle of controversy once again.
And with that, Ryan Nobles joins us tonight.
So yeah, so that clip, I mean, it shows on either side of the aisle that there is nothing sacred. There is nothing sacred.
No, I don't like when Trump does that either. I don't like it.
But after that, there was a statement. That was back in 2015. There was a statement. It was very brief, and you would have to dig to find it. But I remember seeing it where he did apologize. He was like, that was taken out a little out of context, but I should not even put that out there.
Yeah.
This dumb bitch, what do you call her? Jasmine Crockofshit?
Yeah, or crackhead, Jasmine Crockhead. Take your pick. Crockofshit, crackhead, whichever one you want.
She's talking about, we got Governor Hot Wheels up there. Well,
yeah.
She's fucking hated across her fucking state. Absolutely hated.
I don't know how she's getting fucking elected.
I have no idea who would have brought her in the first place. But she already has other business ventures that are already starting to surface after all of this because people start digging. And she's almost trying to be like a higher end Tiffany Henyard from fucking Dalton, the super mayor. She's trying to pull that shit. But when asked,
that's exactly how she is. She's just like your mayor. She is just like your favorite mayor.
Oh, that fucking dumb bitch. But when asked, are you apologizing? She goes, well, no. Well, no, look what he did here, there, and here. And it's like, she could have said, you know what? Yeah, that I used it and trying to, turn into all the planes and the trains and all this shit. Everybody knew exactly what she was
I can't stand when motherfuckers do that. You know what?
She backpedaled like a son of a bitch.
No, fuck it. If you're going to do it, you own it. When the mafia puts a fucking hit out on somebody, they don't say, oh, no, what else? They say, yeah, we fucking did it. Right. When Al Qaeda, when there's a terrorist act, they fucking own it. You don't get to fucking say things like that and come up. That shows you how dumb she is, and how, you know what it is. She thinks that we're fucking dumb. She thinks her base is dumb, not us, because you and I are not who's going to vote for her.
Right.
What these liberals don't understand, Jason, is how stupid people like Jasmine Crockett think they are. People like George Soros and Schiff and all that bunch. Because all they have to do, and I did a TikTok on it yesterday. I gave them a backhanded compliment. I said, one thing about you liberals is y'all some loyal motherfuckers. All they have to do is say, hey, Elon bad. Oh, and they go start burning fucking Teslas. What are you dumb motherfuckers? I guarantee you, y'all are paying more taxes than fucking George Soros.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So you're getting your, he's got a tax return. He's getting, you're getting your orders from an old white man who don't give a fuck about you. But anything that they say, they go and do. And it's who's carrying this torch, literally in this case, they're carrying the torch, is a bunch of broke asses, You might
be careful how you say that, because then you'll be termed racist if it's taken.
And no, it's white people too. It's mainly white people. It's mainly young white liberals who are fucking too stupid to see that they're being used by people like this whole group, this whole establishment, who are billionaires, who are convincing them that what Doge is doing is bad when they're just trying to save them money. That's how fucking dumb people are. But like I said, boy, they drink the Kool-Aid, and I'll give it to them. Y'all are some loyal dumb motherfuckers. Y'all are dumb motherfuckers, but you some loyal dumb motherfuckers.
That was a great fucking TikTok video. It was so perfect. But like you brought up Doge, and I've seen so many videos of people that are pissed off about
Look,
So-
hey, welcome. Hold on, we got to take a pause. Look at your boy.
Oh, he's in there. He's in here. I finally we got started. I added it to mine late because we were working our audio difficulties out, but
Mm-hmm.
I ended up being able to add it onto ours too. So
I got you.
So that way now we're officially simulcasting. But I love it. Welcome. I love everybody coming over to Jay and seeing James.
Well, man, I'm glad to be joined up with you because it's it brings a different audience to it, and they get to hear the dumb shit that comes out of my mouth. So welcome everybody. Let's see what we got. Let me look at what we got next. Oh, let's talk about my second favorite dumb Congress lady, Elon Omar. This is some good shit right here.
Inbred Omar.
Yeah, inbred Omar. All right, I'm. Let's see. I'm trying to figure this thing out. All right, let's see. All right, here we go. Look, check this shit out. So this was a something that was brought out in 2019, but a couple of days ago. Now, this is the Times of India. I don't know how credible they are. They're probably as credible as the New York Times. But the Times of India, according to the UK Daily Mail, sources confirmed that Omar told her friends that her second husband was actually her brother and that the marriage was a scam to get him immigration papers. I think it's true, Jason. I think it's true.
I think there's more coming out here lately that is proving that is true. This, 2019, it was hard. I was reading it to Jill. I was reading an article that I don't know if it was from this one or one that was just like it. I felt like I needed a goddamn piece of paper to like sketch out a goddamn family tree to figure out friends between friends and family, like who the fuck was talking.
Well, it's kind of like, and I'm hoping that our friend that joins us a lot, Jeremy Trahan, you've seen him on the comments before on our show. He's from a town called Starks, Louisiana. It's in our parish, and it is the inbred capital of the world. Their family tree, it has no branches. It's straight. It has no branches. And it sounds like Elon Omar is from Starks.
And even though this article is old, there's been a lot coming up in the last couple of days where a lot of this is starting to like come to fruition.
No, I think it's what it's been confirmed. I mean, it was in 2019, but it's one thing about it is when you start saying dumb shit, and she has really been saying, everything she says is dumb. When you say it, they're coming after you. They're gonna find these things, and that's what our girl Jasmine. That's the same thing with her. She's been on this Signalgate thing, and we didn't have the article on that, but she's been on this Signalgate thing. But a couple months ago, or recently, she gives a speech about how this Signal app, how secure it was, and how they use it all the time. So it's okay for that, but all of a sudden, because the administration used it, the cabinet used it, that they all need to resign because it was unsecure. Well, it's secure for them, but it wasn't secure for them.
I'm trying to find that because I literally just saw that. Where's it at? Oh, you son of a bitch. Unprepared. But I did say it. She was like, yeah, y'all got to be using the Signal. Y'all's got to be using the Signal. And all of a sudden, no, don't touch it. Don't touch it.
What did I send you? Well, I sent you earlier when she said folk. Them folk.
Yeah.
And let me tell you this, Jason.
I got that one.
That's another one. It's another example of just like camel toe. it's another example of her trying to. She thinks of what her base, whatever that is. I hate to see her base. Those are some dumb motherfuckers. She thinks her base is so dumb that she has to talk like that. And if you find some footage of her a couple years ago, I think she's a dumb bitch. But she isn't. I mean, she's an attorney. She is an educated person. She can talk. She can articulate. But she starts this.
I got it down at the bottom if you want to share it. I got it. It's so fucking stupid.
All right, play this dumb bitch.
Undocumented folk contribute approximately $100 billion in taxes. They pay into Social Security and they don't get to draw down on it. So stop again allowing them to divide us and to demonize them.
All right, play that one more time. I can hear that one more time.
Documented folk contribute.
Documented folk.
Their undocumented folk contribute approximately $100 billion in taxes. They pay into Social Security and they don't get to draw down on it. So stop again allowing
That's
them.
bullshit. That's not happening. Illegals are not paying into Social Security.
And can you imagine? Can you imagine if you and I were to stand up in front of a group of people and be like, "Well, them folk."
Yeah.
In the certain demographic group. Holy shit.
We'd be run out the fucking room.
You ain't fucking kidding.
So look, I'm gonna send you. There's a and I'm hoping she's listening tonight. You love her. She is becoming very popular on TikTok. She is a conservative, and she broke down. I'm gonna send you that TikTok. She broke down how Jasmine Crockett got elected, and there's a guy. I've jumped on this bandwagon. Not real strong yet. But there's a guy named Sheldon Daniels who is running against her, and he's an attorney. He's a black man. He's a Republican, and let me tell you, he's working hard. Now, look, when I first pulled him up on TikTok, he had like 10,000 followers. So he is not a well-known guy, but these guys, he's creating a real good. He's creating a following. He's doing the right stuff. I think he's going to beat her. I think he's going to beat her. And I'm going to send you. She goes by the handle of the Mod Pun on TikTok. I'm going to send you that. She broke it down really. She ran pretty much. She went unopposed. I don't know how that happened, but she didn't run a real race. She will get beat with a legitimate person. She will get beat.
Oh, I'm sure. I don't know how the hell she ran unopposed either, but also I don't know a whole bunch, about Texas, in that part of Texas where she's from, and what her constituents are or whatever.
Yeah, she's from Dallas, and Dallas is now. Dallas is a pretty diverse place, but it's not Austin. Austin is liberal as fuck, but Dallas is a conservative place. It's I just don't see it. Now, Dallas is so big, they probably got a couple congressmen just in Dallas.
Right.
So it's going to be
that whole Dallas-Fort Worth area is, it's a metropolis. I didn't realize I haven't investigated her that much because I just didn't care what part of Texas she was from. But knowing that, that's amazing.
Yeah.
In its own right. But the fact that somebody's willing to stand up, the shit that we just played,
yeah.
If you or I would have done that, shit, we'd have been dragged behind a Tesla with a bunch of liberals driving the Tesla.
Jason, the deal is that it's intentional. I look at intentions more than I look at actions, and she's doing it for a fucking reason because that's not how she talks. So she thinks that that's her game. I did a duet video on TikTok a couple weeks ago about when she was doing the fucking Crip walk. Did you see that? Okay, with all the shit we got going on in this fucking country, we got this fucking bozo doing the crip walk. That's what's wrong. That's why there's nothing getting done. All they're doing is protecting their brand. They're not getting anything done, and that's why they're so mad at Trump. And in 3 months, this motherfucker's gotten more shit done than they've gotten done in 10 years.
No, I agree.
Because they're serious about leading and they're serious about governing. Now, Trump says his one-liners and he says his stuff, but that's impromptu. He's not trying to do that. That's just who he is. He's not rehearsing and say, okay, I'm going to get up there and I'm going to say this. He just says shit,
Right, wrong, or indifferent, whether he should or whether he shouldn't. And you and I think we can agree where we're like, oh, fuck, Donald.
Well, I'm just saying, but you know what? Let's get into this. Let's get into Iran.
Yep.
So if you first look at what he says about, bombing like they've never seen, that's one of those moments where you and I are like, motherfucker. But one thing we have to remember, we have come to learn that it sounds like he just spouts off dumb shit. He's one of the most calculated men on earth.
Even though the dumb shit he says, there's a reason that he's saying it.
He's calculated. It's thought out. And I'm like, oh, fuck, why did he say that? He does not plan on bombing Iran, in my opinion.
Mm-mm.
But one thing that the world knows, if Donald Trump tells you it's Easter, go dye your fucking eggs.
Right.
Because he's dead motherfucking serious.
Yep.
He ain't bullshitting. He ain't playing. So I guarantee when he said that, them motherfuckers in Iran are like, whoa, this orange man's serious.
Orange man, that's right.
So what's your opinion on Iran?
Well, the Iran thing, and I'm going to tie it into a couple of different things, but I agree with you. We're not going to bomb Iran.
No.
All it is, it's to get a reaction. Hey, look, I really want to sit down and have a conversation, and I need you to be serious. Because if you're not, then that's that's a possibility. It's the same thing with the tariffs on Canada. We're throwing the tariffs out. They're getting like completely, as they should, and I'm not saying that they're wrong, but getting completely offensive and turning around. But that's what a tariff is essentially, right? Wrong. It's a bargaining chip. All right.
I've been saying that. That's all it is. Get off his ass about the tariffs because they're working. I'm trying to cover up my two-tone tan. It was sunny here in Louisiana this week, and I worked a lot outside.
Well, it's rainy as fuck here. We're getting ready to get smoked. If I do lose you, we're getting ready to get smoked with storms. So
no shit.
But not like the tariffs and stuff. Like, and I've got a buddy of ours he's Canadian, and I mess with him. I'm like, hey, when you getting shipped back? I think you're part of the tariffs. I think you're getting ready to get shipped back. Fuck you, man.
I like Canadian people, but I do not like Canada.
No, I'm the same way. I've got a bunch of Canadian friends, and I have zero desire to go. If you want to come here, great. I have no desire to go up there. I don't care. There's nothing there for me, and that's okay. Like it's not me shitting on it.
Yeah. But
this whole the whole tariff thing, it's playing a game, and all it is honestly just renegotiating contracts. Just in a more forceful manner than sitting down. But if we're doing it to the south, we've got to do it to the north.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what this is. Now, I was
listening. I think it is, Jason. But also, Canada's been sticking it up our ass for years too.
Sure, absolutely.
They've been on our tit. Just being part of North America. Nobody's fucking with Canada. Because if they fuck with Canada, they're fucking with us.
Sure.
So they're on our tit, and they have shown absolutely no appreciation for that.
And I think, so our buddy Tyler from Failure to Stop, and that he follows us on One More. Tyler's a Canadian. So, like, I would be interested to hear his aspect on the tariffs in the chats.
I'd love to have him on with us. Tommy, you're welcome to come on, man. Love to have you.
But it's I mean, it's interesting and curious to me the fact that the former administration really didn't do it. Everything just kind of stayed status quo, and Trump came in and said, "Well, hold on, let's look at these numbers. We need to adjust these, and if you don't want to play, then we'll play this game." And it's a tit for tat game. It's the same thing, and then dealing with the southern border with the wall and everything else, and then having the fuck, what the hell's her name? I said it on our podcast, which I was like, it doesn't even sound like the Mexican president, but she sounds more like a Jewish accountant.
I have no idea what her name is.
It's like Claudia something or other. It sounds like a Jewish accountant. I mean, it's weird.
Goldstein.
It's so fucking strange. But in the very beginning, right after he took office, she was gonna put tariffs on us, and then all of a sudden, boom! All of a sudden, that shit turned around. All it is negotiations.
That's all it is. They get all butthurt over this, and all it is a negotiation tool. But it's you get these liberal economists who start talking about this is going to happen, this is going to happen. No, it's not.
Shine bomb. Thank you, Will Gray. Shine bomb.
Shine bomb. Yeah, it sounds Jewish.
Shine bomb Goldstein and fuck off.
Yeah, that's the Mexican president.
Well,
so they get all butthurt and they start talking all these numbers that don't make any sense. That's not true. This is what this tariff would do to the economy, and over the years, it's not going to happen. It's Trump. All it is Trump taking his dick out and slapping these countries with it and saying, "Hey, we've had enough. We've had enough of you fucking us over, and you're going to pay your way, and you're going to pay your part. And if you don't, this is going to happen." And so far, he's batting 1,000. He laid the smackdown on Russia today. Now, that's when I started getting a little nervous when he starts fucking with Russia. But here's the thing: what we have to do is trust him. He knows what the fuck he's doing. He's not doing things on a whim. He's not just spouting off like it sounds like. This man's 10 steps ahead every time. Let's see what else.
Tyler said he respectfully declines coming on, but the tariff is Trump's way of, one, looking out for the best interest of America, and two, to get other countries to stand on their own 2 feet. He said Canada should just as great, if not greater than America. And I love Tyler. I have zero issue with Tyler. I have zero.
I'm not trying. I'm just busting balls, Tyler. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to shit on Canada at all.
Will Gray said wrong. They're not better than America.
But Tyler, if you ever change your mind, love to have you.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, like that. It comes down to like where it's like this, and it's the politicians that are like this. Which that's normal. We haven't seen that in the prior administration at all because it was a lay down administration. Trump will stand up and be like, "Hey, look, this is the fair share. This is what we're doing. And if you don't like it, then that's fine.
Yeah.
We won't take your shit. Or if you really want your shit in our country, then you're going to pay this." Do I think it's right? I don't know. I mean, I'm not versed. I'm not versed in what we were, what the tariff, what that trade agreement was beforehand. I'm just not versed in it. So I'm not even going to pretend to act like it. But he obviously saw something. And you have, right, wrong, or indifferent, whether you like Doge and Elon Musk or not, they have saved a shit ton of fucking money in a lot of useless shit. Now, did people lose their jobs? Yes, they did. But I saw one of the greatest fucking memes ever. And it was when it was, it was just not a meme, but just I guess it's a meme, but just, verbiage. But it says, "Oh, you're upset about losing your job. How about you go talk to a Keystone Pipeline worker?
I saw that one too. Unbelievable.
Fucking perfect. And this was directed toward Department of Education, the federal Department of Education, not state, not local, federal Department of Education. I thought it was fucking awesome because I'm like,
No, it is.
It's
the federal.
it's perfect.
You know how many people they employ, Jason? The department.
I don't have the number.
Over 100,000. Come on.
Right.
So, Tyler, you're 100% correct. Tyler says, feelings and political correct woke shit has destroyed both of our great countries. 1,000 fucking percent.
Bang, bang.
1,000%. And I think Canadian people are great people. They've had years of liberal leadership, and I'm hoping that they start changing that. But it's no different than us. And I agree with the last statement that you said, Tyler. We're all North America. Can you imagine if North America got in line with each other, with the size of it? Canada, Mexico, United States.
Oh my God.
Ain't nobody fucking with us. Nobody could fuck with us. So I 100% agree with that.
God damn it, James, you make me drink again.
Well, we didn't even talk about what we're drinking. We know what you're drinking. You're drinking Miller Lite.
Hell yeah.
Being late and being after dinner, I'm drinking brandy. I started on this brandy kick after dinner drink.
Brandy? Are you shitting me? What are you from, like fucking 18th century England?
From The Godfather, man. They drank brandy in The Godfather.
Retire to the parlor for a brandy after dinner.
Yeah. So here's another good comment by Tyler. Man, come on, man. You got to come on. You got some good comments. You got some good stuff. You're going to have to come on. We're going to get you on here.
I love Tyler. I want to be able to talk to Tyler more. He chimes into one more here and there, and then
I've said for years that America as a whole would honestly rule the globe. Yeah. No, that's not the one I was looking for. Oh, here we go.
He's a fair to stop follower, definitely. And,
good.
And we appreciate
we as Canadians are foolish to think that we're not funny. You fucking right. Y'all need a Doge. Canada needs a Doge. Shit, every country needs a Doge. There's who needs a Doge? Is fucking Ukraine.
Yep.
Look how much the billions this is my bitch about all the money that we've given Ukraine. It's in Zelensky's bank account. The Ukrainian people that need this money, who have been just bombed out of their houses, they're not getting the money. They're not getting shit. So that's my main bitch. My main bitch about the money they're getting is who's getting the money. What's it being used for?
Well, and the funny part is how much had they already gotten from America through the Biden administration, and then when Trump and they had that that Oval Office spat, and then immediately like 2 days later goes over to the EU, and fucking Britain starts sucking their dick. Oh, well, we're going to give you this, but we're going to need America to kind of back us up. And I'm obviously cliff noting and paraphrasing, but where is all the money? Tell me what it went for.
Yeah.
And again,
we know where it went for. We know what it went for. It went to Hunter Biden.
Well, a lot of cocaine, different laptops, hookers.
Yeah, you know how much cocaine you can buy with $50 billion?
If I was single, I'd fucking party with fucking Hunter, but I'm not. So that shit's gross. Have you seen? Oh, what about the fucking TikTok videos that he's fucking releasing?
Oh, I hadn't looked at it.
Oh, dude, there's a couple.
I'm not gonna lie.
There's been a couple that have been like produced like AI, like after the fact, but like right after Trump fucking removed his security detail, he was just like. Like, what the fuck happened? And I'm sure it's probably all AI, but it's still fucking funny as shit because it's not out of the realm of possibility.
All right, let's move on to let's talk about Anheuser-Busch. We'll pull this one up.
Oh, these motherfuckers.
You sent me that
You
one.
want to talk about some backpedaling bullshit.
Anheuser-Busch?
Yes.
We might yeah. I'm gonna let's pull this one up.
That's why I like the impromptu shit.
Yeah.
James and I this morning, we were texting like, hey, do you want a podcast? Can you podcast? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, well, let me make sure Jubilee 007 is good. She was good with it. But like, we just kind of threw a couple
this is my favorite type. No, this is my favorite type of shit to do.
Yeah, we just threw a couple of topics out and just roll with it.
All right. So we might have a different opinion on this, but let's go with it.
I like it.
After 30 years of partnership, Anheuser-Busch has declined to sponsor Pride Fest in St. Louis this year. According to Pride St. Louis, Anheuser-Busch has joined several sponsors, reducing its ending its contribution, leaving Pride Fest over $150,000 last year's total, short of last year's total. Blah, 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 blah. What's your take on this?
Well, I think they're backpedaling like a motherfucker.
I agree with that. No, I agree with that part.
They're backpedaling because they also pulled out of the San Francisco Pride Festival on top of the St. Louis one. But they wanted to go all in with fucking Dylan Mulvaney.
Mm-hmm.
They watched their shit fucking drop. Their whole upper echelon got fucking fired. And now all of a sudden, now they want to pull back and they're trying to regroup. I think they're backpedaling.
I will agree on that. But
now, I think their stocks have gone back up. They've resurged from where they dropped in that initial.
Well, Dana White had a big part in that.
Oh, sure.
When he brought them back in as sponsors. And Dana and I have the same the take on that. And I'm not just jock riding him. I have my own personal experience and opinion on that. Like Dana said, yeah, they fucked up. But Anheuser-Busch has been a great partner to first responders, to, they give to line of duty deaths big money. I'm not talking about $1,000, Chase. I'm talking about a lot of fucking money.
Oh, yeah.
I have a good friend. He was on my show, one of my first guests on my show, Steve Lewis. He is a chief of police in the St. Louis area. That guy is St. Louis. I want y'all to meet. I want to get him on one night. This dude is just a fucking good fucking, I use the term good fucking dude. That's the top. If you want to know what the top level guy in the book of James McGee, not that anybody gives a fuck, the title is just a good fucking dude. Steve Lewis is a good fucking dude. Well, when we have, I go to that conference every year, the FBI National Academy Conference every year. When it was in St. Louis, Steve Lewis was in charge of a lot of stuff there. Anheuser-Busch sponsored. And when I tell you, Jason, this was a first-class fucking event, it was drinks, music, food. It was unbelievable. Tours of the brewery. They are a good company. They fucked up really bad.
Yeah.
Which I think they could have got out in front of it and said, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I don't like throwing the little man under the bus. So, whoa, whoa, whoa. Somebody, spoke out of school, did something that does not represent this country. They could have walked that back real quick. I don't think they deserve permanent. I don't think they deserve the death penalty is my point.
No, I agree with that. And I agree with the fact that they could have got out in front of it. The problem is they didn't get out in front of it.
They did not do a good job on that.
They doubled down on it for a little bit.
Yep.
Until all of that pushback and they saw their stocks and they saw people fucking bailing.
Fucking Dana bailed them out.
I mean, that Anheuser-Busch has been around for 150 years, maybe longer.
Yep.
I don't know for sure, but a long time. I mean, that is a staple. Now, me personally, I'm not a huge Anheuser-Busch fan.
No, I don't drink Bush, which I'm not a big.
I'll drink
beer
Bush
person.
and Natty. I drink Bush and Natty, but Bud Light tastes like
Bud Light is
apple juice
piss.
to me.
Bud Light is piss, man. Bud
It's
Light
like
is,
apple juice.
It's terrible. I'm not a big beer person.
And now
but
around here, I don't know how it is down there, but around here, right, wrong, or indifferent. And if I offend anybody on your show, I apologize.
I don't give a fuck. Go ahead.
But around here, Bud Light now is referred to as tranny fluid. But it tastes like fucking apple juice to me. It always has. Like it's just too.
No, I've never been a Bud, and Budweiser gives me a headache.
I can drink Bud. I can drink Bud if there's no Miller Lite. I'd go to Bud first.
Yeah,
but I appreciate and I understand the history and the the legacy of Anheuser-Busch. And like you said, they could have got out in front of it. They didn't, and now all of a sudden, that's why I say they're backtracking. And here we are, what, 2 years later.
Yeah. Oh, at least 2 years. And I'm gonna tell you, I think this is kind of people see through that. It's kind of like we talked about with Crockofshit.
Oh shit! Everybody, be quiet. I just looked in the chats. Joe Billy 007's in here. I'm gonna be in trouble. Shh.
Where's she? I didn't see her.
It's the boss lady. Shh.
Oh no, yeah, I know she is. Let's see. Let's put a comment up. We're gonna give her some respect.
She doesn't know I'm down here. She's upstairs. Everybody be quiet. No, I love the fact she chimed in. That's awesome.
Let's see what her. I don't know why I can't read her comment. Okay, even if she won
100%.
Yeah.
Which means I have to drink.
There it is. Joe, you're making a man drink over here. You're driving a man to drink it.
She knows what she's doing. What, shitting on 95% of your current customer base by calling them lowbrow, immature frat boys is going to cause the net loss of customers.
Oh, I definitely agree with Jill on that. They handled it absolutely terrible. My whole point where I disagree with some people.
I don't understand why they're pulling out of these pride parades, though. I mean, if that was the stance that they wanted, they walked it back some. I mean, you can still.
But they've been doing this for 30 years. It's not like they just did it 2 years ago. They've been doing it because it's a St. Louis deal.
Right.
When I'm telling you, I have learned how good they are to that community. Anheuser-Busch is the biggest supporter of that in every organization in that community. And, but I think that they, my whole point is, and I think Jill is 100% right. They handled it completely wrong. They fucked a lot of shit up. But I don't think because of their past, because of what they have shown, they didn't deserve the death penalty. They should get a second chance.
No, I agree.
I don't think that, pulling 150, pulling whatever they did, they're not sponsoring. Fuck, they're not sponsoring at all. I don't think that's the right move. I think that's a little much. But hey, fuck it,
Well, and I think it looks worse than pulling out of this.
I think it does. I think it's patronizing is what it is.
They're like, oh shit, our stocks went down because we fucked up. Now we're not going to support your community at all. Yeah. We want nothing.
Fuck the gay people.
Right. I mean,
yeah, I don't.
Again, I think that's another bad move on their part, though. Like,
I think they should have just let that shit alone because if they just kept it status quo, nobody'd even known.
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah,
Dylan Mulvaney, the only people that know about Dylan Mulvaney, I hadn't even heard of him or her up until I think like a couple weeks ago. I saw something hit Fox News like he or she was going to be on The View. That was it.
Come on now, Jay. He's a nice lady. He is a nice lady. Leave him alone.
She's a nice man, God damn it.
Yeah, I don't think you have to punish the Pride Fest. I read something today, and I don't know how accurate it is because I read just all kinds of dumb shit like you do. That
Tyler,
they want to turn June into.
I have to stop you real quick, James. Tyler, you're dumb. He goes, you stopped talking about Canada and the viewers went up. Stop you do that, Tyler. Tyler, you're silly.
That's awesome, Tyler. Where the hell was I at?
I know I derailed you.
I don't know if I could.
Welcome to my world with Andrew and Dan. Welcome to
Oh,
my world.
look, them two get off us. I hope they're. I don't. They're probably asleep. It's what? It's 10
Either
o'clock.
Yeah, they're both probably in bed.
Yeah, them two motherfuckers, especially when they've had a few drinks. Especially Dan. Wouldn't you see he's had a few drinks?
Pappas don't drink, which is the funny part.
No shit. Well, when Dan has a few drinks, that motherfucker starts. He starts giving you your opinion for you.
Yeah, exactly correct. Thank you. And
I love both of you guys. Y'all have good chemistry, man. Y'all really
have
do.
this recorded, so thank you for saying that.
Oh no, I want you to play it for them. And hey, and while they're watching it, hey, look, both of you, y'all still have an invitation to come on. Love to have y'all on here too.
Yeah, we need to do that.
So let's close this out with what. Tell us about what y'all got going on y'all show. What direction y'all headed, and just tell us a little bit about that for people that don't, that haven't listened to y'all.
So we got another show tomorrow, Monday, 5 Eastern. That's going to be our next one. I've thrown a couple topics out. Some that we covered today, briefly, but we'll see where Dan and Andrew want to go. It's funny because Andrew likes to go political, like local. And obviously, and I don't know if you watched, a couple episodes back where Andrew, obviously, is very vocal on his political stance, but he got accosted by a Democrat here locally. Yeah. The shit went viral. So we're still waiting to kind of hear like a little bit of what happened after the fact. But law enforcement got involved, but didn't really do much. But there's still, there's social media aftermath. So I'm waiting to hear what's going on with that. But between Elon selling X to his own company for what, $33 billion.
Yeah.
What's that mean? Elon stepping out of Doge by, I think, what did he say? May 31st or May 1st? Either way, he said, I think I can get the job done and save, however many trillions of dollars. I want to get their take on that. So, and then we'll see. I mean, once I wake up tomorrow, that news cycle has already changed.
Oh, there's going to be so much that happens in the next 24 hours. Fuck.
This is the greatest time to podcast. Between the election and then after the election and everything that's going on now, it's the greatest time to podcast. You have, the world's your bucket. You can just grab whatever you want out of it. So,
hey, when are these special elections, these Congress elections?
Ooh, that's something that would be more of an Andrew thing because he pays way more attention to that shit than I do. Because
we must be getting pretty nervous with him having Elise Stefanik withdraw her nomination.
Yes, yeah. So that one I did hear a little bit about, and I think that's the one from upstate New York.
Yes.
I think it's because they withdrew that because they didn't want to lose that portion of the state.
Yeah, that's exactly what they did. So they're getting nervous about that. So there's four seats.
Get somebody else to fill this cabinet spot. We need you up there.
I agree with it's nothing against her. She's a big loyalist and she's a respected person. But there's 4 seats up for grab right now, so they must be getting nervous about a couple of those seats.
Right. And New York's a fucking wild card anyway.
You never know. Even though it's upstate New York, you don't fucking know what they're going to do.
Yeah. So yeah. So all right. So and also in full disclosure, and James, you didn't listen like early on for One More I'm Outta Here, but I'm trying to pull some other things, go back to grassroots type shit, where it wasn't just all politics. So like. One of my things was that I was always pulling the teacher that was fucking a football player. I would pull that piece of shit teacher out and we'd talk about that. And when Rob, our first host, when he was we'd always grab some crazy shit. So I'm trying to grab some crazier outside of politics stuff just to change it up a little bit. So we'll see. We're trying to reformat a little bit, but we'll see how that goes.
We're good. Well, y'all got a great show, and I listen every chance that I get. On my business, we have been, we're an hour behind y'all. So sometimes y'all go on a low. Now, sometimes it's perfect timing because I'm in transit because I do, I'm on the road a lot with, I'm hauling debris and stuff. So I get to listen in my truck. But y'all got a great show, and everybody out there doesn't listen. Y'all give them a chance. You're gonna like those guys. They're good guys, and they talk. If you like what we did tonight, you're gonna absolutely love their show. So. Well, Jason, I appreciate you coming on, and Jill, if you still listening, I appreciate you letting him come on, even though you didn't know he was coming on, even though he snuck out. Has Jill ever been on your show?
Oh yeah, we had Jill on. We had Jill on with me, Dan, Rob, and myself. Right.
Well, I want Jill to come on. We had and look, Jill's your fiance. She's not your daughter. But we had, so I'm just giving that disclaimer before I say this.
We're close to Kentucky, but we're not that close.
Yeah. Like Elon Omar, huh? No, we had Joe's daughter came on the show one night and talked about, being the daughter of a policeman. And we had Tom's daughter came on. My daughter won't come on. I have a 22-year-old daughter, and now she's for sale. I can pay her to come on. But we're not there yet. I'm not there yet. I pay enough of her shit right now. I'm not paying her to come on the show and talk bad about me. But Jill, you're welcome to come on anytime. Absolutely would love to have you.
She can talk about being engaged to a fireman. Yeah.
Yeah, and an asshole.
Public safety.
Not only a fireman, but an asshole too.
That's correct.
But Jason, good. We had a lot of listeners tonight, man. That pumps me up, and I appreciate everybody listening. And until next time, Jason, love to have you. Love having you on. You're welcome anytime. But until next time, McGee and Kiefer are out.